Hello friends, I am Mr. G. Pujari working as an assistant professor in Sharad Institute of Technology College of Engineering, Hyderabad. Welcome back to my lectures in machine drawing. So first of all, I like to tell you I am having my creative channel on YouTube. I am uploading on this channel video related with engineering and also important information other topics. So visit my channel, subscribe my channel so that you will not miss any notification about any upcoming videos. So come to the today points. Today we are going to see about the importance of drawing, why the drawing is important in engineering. So as we know, drawing is a communication channel in industry, because so many times the person who is manufacturing the job, he doesn't know who has drawn this drawing, and the person who has drawing the drawing, he doesn't know who is going to manufacture this actual part and drawing. So as a engineer, you require to follow some standard practices, we require to use some convention, we require to use some symbols. And so for this reason, today we are going to see what is the importance of drawing as compared to, or when we consider as for industry. So need for correct drawings. The drawings prepared by any technical person must be clear, unmistakable in meaning, and there should not be any scope for more than one interpretation. So as we know, there are having standard practices, like we are using or we are drawing in a first angle projection or third angle projection. So as per the standard industry norms, we are going to select one kind of projection, whether it is a first angle projection or third angle projection. Then second most important thing is the GD&T, geometric dimensioning and tolerancy. So whatever the symbols we are using in the drawing, that must be communicated properly to other engineers, so that the person who is drawing this, making this drawing, he must be able to know proper conventional symbols. He must able to know the proper symbols of GD&T. Then and then he can be able to draw properly. And the person who is manufacturing this component, he must also get the same meaning. Okay, so because the GD&T is the standard symbols. Suppose we take one example like this. Suppose worker want to manufacture one component. Because of this, he has prepared one drawing. So in a component, there may be one length of diameter that you want to turn finish. Okay, you want to turn finish, and the smoothness must be within, we can say, 0.15 micron. Okay, so within 15 micron means, suppose we say this diameter is 15 mm and the dimension must be equal to 15.015. okay, 015 means 15 micron. So the person who is going to manufacture this component, he can understand that whatever the finish required is 15 micron, that is not achievable, is not possible on regular lathe machine. So what he will do, he will remove maximum material first of all on lathe machine, and then he will go towards a CNC machine or maybe on a grinding machine, so that whatever the machines are having their own limitation, because the lathe machine is also having their own limitation. They cannot be produce the component more than the limited tolerance. Okay, so that whatever the tolerance limit is given, on the basis of this, the worker will select the proper machine. So selection of machine is also important thing, according to whatever the tolerance we have given into the drawing. That is the important thing. Okay, this is one important thing. Then second one important thing is whatever the symbols we are drawing, whether we are mentioning the single triangle, double triangle or triple triangle. If you are mentioning the single triangle, it means that we want a rough turning, that is not, we does not want a more finished component. Okay, or tolerance is not, tolerance is open. If you have put three triangles, suppose the person who is drawing, he has made this drawing, if he has put three triangles on the drawing, it means that he required very close finish, and when he required very close finish, that time the machine require like regular lathe, it will not be able to finish that kind of thing. So because of this, the meaning which is the drawn who has the drawing, whatever he want to convey the message to other, that must be understand properly by the manufacturer person. Okay, so that's why standardness is important. So correct drawing is important, so that the meaning whatever you want to convey others, that can be goes correctly, or else it can be create some ambiguity. In a number of dealings with contracts, the drawing is an official document, and the success or failure of structure depends on the clarity of details provided on the drawing. Thus, the drawing should not give any scope for misinterpretation even by accident. If by mistake if you add some wrong information into drawing, the manufacturer person, he can manufacture that component with that whatever your wrong information given. So that's why you should not give any scope for misinterpretation even by accident. It would not have been possible to produce the machine automobile on a mass scale where number of assemblies and sub-assemblies are involved without clear, correct and accurate drawing. To achieve this, the technical person must gain thorough knowledge of both the principle and conventional practice of drawing. If these are not achieved or practiced, the drawings prepared by one may convey different meanings to others, causing unnecessary delays and expenses in production shops. Hence, an engineer should possess good knowledge not only in preparing a correct drawing but also to read the drawing correctly. So, for reading purpose also we require to understand properly GD&T. We require to understand the standard practices, whether we are going to follow the first angle projection or third angle projection, or whether we are using inch system or metric system. Okay, because so many times whatever you want to convey, that must be required to get proper information to other. Now we are going to see the classification of drawing. The machine drawing, it is pertaining to machine parts or components. It is presented through a number of orthographic views, so that the size and shape of the component is fully understood. Part drawings and assembly drawings belong to this classification. There are two types of machine drawing. So machine drawing is very much important. While we are providing the manufacturer to drawing, that must be a proper drawing. That is the two types of drawing. One is a part drawing and second one is a assembly drawing. So part drawing is a detailed drawing about that part. So every part when you add, then your assembly will become. So when we are manufacturing the assembly, it means that we are manufacturing the every part with every unit. Okay, so detailed description about every part is important. Okay, and when every part we manufacture properly, then we are going to assemble this component with one unit. So first is a part drawing. Component or part drawing is a detailed drawing of a component to facilitate its manufacture. All the principles of orthographic projection and the technique of graphic representation must be followed to communicate the details in a part drawing. Figure 1 shows an example of part drawing. Note that the drawing was drawn according to different drawing standard. So here the part drawing must be required to every details, because part drawing is a separate part of one assembly component. Okay, we are required to prepare every component with part detail because we want to manufacture every part. Okay, and that parts we are going to do assembly. So here we have given one example how many things we require to include into one part drawing. So one part drawing is having detailed whatever the dimension is important, because a person when going to manufacture the component, he required the detailed information of dimension. So here we have taken one cutting plane, this is XX, and we have shown here a section. So those are solid parts. We have done the hatching. Here also we have done the hatching. Here also we have done the hatching, and those holes, those are present, that we have kept as it is. Okay, then we have shown one more here, M30 into 2.5 threading. Okay, so here also threading is present. Then here the inside diameter of this component is diameter 20, outside is a diameter 25, and then here for this inside diameter is diameter 16, and total outside diameter is shown here diameter 75. Again, whatever the length of this component is given 40. Then one more thing is important here, 3 holes diameter 6. So these 3 holes are diameter 6 and these are equispaced. Okay, these all are equispaced with each other. So that is we require to mention detailed information about our component. Okay, when you provide detailed information about the component, then and then the person who is going to manufacture, he can understand, and everything we require to properly mention every dimension. If any one dimension is missing here, he will not be able to produce the component, otherwise he will produce a wrong product. Then one more is the sheet metal part drawing. So here whatever the sheet metal component we want to prepare, so detailed drawing we have given here. So whatever the height of this 150, then whatever the width of this is 200, then whatever the radius we want to manufacture here cornerly, the radius 5 also we have mentioned. Okay, so whatever the sheet metal parts we want to manufacture, that also we require to give a proper dimension. Now a part drawing is detailed information drawing of the individual parts are called a piece part drawing, part drawings or detailed drawings. Detailed drawings contain all of the necessary information to manufacture any specific part of product. So what is the same thing what we have discussed earlier also. So here this component what do you want to manufacture, so here so whatever the everything the dimension is given here, then with respect to this datum A we require to manufacture this hole and this hole. Okay, so this is called a GD&T we have mentioned here. So this is given as a runout, the symbol is runout, and this symbol is shown that this hole must be with respect to this hole. This is a central hole and this is like this is a center line. So with this center line, this hole must be within a 0.2 mm runout. Okay, so that is the given. Whatever anyone want to compound manufacture, he can be able to produce with this variation. Okay, so whatever they have mentioned here, so everything is given here, and whenever someone want to manufacture this component, he required to observe what kind of things are given it. So here if you see here the triangle is shown here, so what kind of process required to use for the manufacturing of this component. Okay, so like this when we are preparing the part drawing, everything care we require to take. Now next one is the assembly drawing, a drawing that shows the various parts of a machine in their correct working location is an assembly drawing. So here figure shows an example of assembly drawing. Okay, first of all we have shown here one screw jack assembly drawing. So first one is the body, you will see this is a body. Then in whenever assembly drawing we are preparing, in assembly drawing we require to provide a bill of material. In a bill of material, we require to provide the item numbers, how many number of components are present, then the quantity. The quantity number of means how many number of times we require to use the same component. Then the part list, part number, which parts required. Then the material is very much important, and any kind of remarks if you want to mention here. So here we'll take one. First of all, this is the item number 1, body. So here this is the body, and this body is made up of CI, cast iron material, and the quantity is 1. Second, this is the second one. The second is quantity 1, and this is a nut. So this second nut quantity is 1, and it is made up of cast iron. The third one is a cup. So this is a cup. So this is a cup, and the material is cast iron, and the quantity is 1. Then fourth one is the washer. This is a washer, and the quantity is 1, and the material used is a mild steel. Then fifth one is a bolt. So this is a bolt. Here we have used, and the quantity is 1, and the material is a cast iron. Then we are using this 6 number handle, quantity is 1, and material is cast iron. And then this 7 number is screw. This is screw, quantity is 1, and material is cast iron. So like this we have provided detail about this screw jack. So by using this screw jack, whatever the part drawing we have made, every detailed drawing, that we can make assembly. Okay, so provided because of this assembly drawing, we can be able to do easily assemble the any screw jack parts. So one more is this universal coupling. So in this universal coupling is provided is a keyway. So this is a keyway fork, and this is used in 2 times. Okay, either 1 and here 2. Second one is the eye bolts. So you will see here, this is eye bolt here, that is shown here inside this one. This is eye bolt. Then again the number of components are shown here, like this is a washer. Then this is shown like a bolt that is inserted here for assembly purpose. Okay, so like this is a pin also given here, the taper pin we are going to insert here, so that when we are going to do assembly, at the end last we are going to insert the taper pin here. Okay, so that the assembly will not be removed. So for this purpose, this detailed drawing we have prepared. Okay, and on the basis of this detailed drawing, we have prepared this 3D model. So anyone can understand that which part required to assemble at which location. This is the one more kind of assembly. So here we have shown the detailed parts. So this is 1 number of component, then this is 2 number of component, this is 3rd number of component, this is 4th number of component. So all these components, whatever we have manufactured here, that we are going to assemble here. Okay, so here we have shown how we are going to assemble this one. Okay, and this is a final assembly. So this is a tailstock. So here we have shown how many number of components are present. Okay, so this is assembly of this tailstock, and every detailed component we have shown. This is clamping lever, this is feather key, then this is nut, this is washer, this is hand wheel, this is stud, this is spindle, this is spindle bearing, this is center. So here you will see all the numbers here. 1 number is body. So this is the body part. Then second one is the barrel. Number of quantity is 1. So see here, this is a barrel. Then third number is a cap. So you will get here, this is a cap. Fourth one is a spindle. The fourth one is a spindle. we are using here spindle. Fifth one is a hand wheel. Now you will get this is a hand wheel. Sixth one is a center. So here we will get this is a center. Then seventh one is a key. So this is a key here we have assembled. And eighth one is a lock nut. Then this is the lock nut. And 9 one is a hexagon head screw. And 9 one is a hexagon head screw is shown here. Okay, so like this number of this component whatever we have seen here, that all the components are assembled and we have made the tailstock body. So this is the most important thing. While we are manufacturing the components, detailed drawing and part drawings are important. So when we are having ready-made detailed drawing, then we can able to, by using this detailed drawing, we can able to prepare actual component on machine. And once we have completed all the machine component, we require to make assembly. And for preparing this assembly, we can use the assembly drawing. Thank you very much for listening carefully these lectures. And next lecture again I am coming with new concept of machine drawing. Thank you very much.